All right, guys. So, this is the maiden voyage of me creating a video, and it keeps telling me that my recording system isn't working. So, I'm going to keep going and see what happens. So, I'm going to put this into our YouTube channel, and I'm just trying it out. This is how I'm going to try to do some fun stuff as far as information I have to give you. And I wanted to talk a little bit about this. It says Genius Hour, but we like to call it our passion projects. And I just want to kind of walk you through. You're going to get these guidelines also. So, what it says on here is not necessarily exactly how things are going to go. I'm working on changing it, but I just didn't get all the way done yet. So, this is what we're going to start with. So you're going to be working on this. It says here, like, talks about a month, but you guys have about 2. We're going to work on it until the end of the trimester. Some things I want to point out to you. You guys are going to be able to look this over and you'll have more information, but I just want to talk to you about a couple of things. So, has a process and a checklist. So, brainstorming topics. I know we did this with my 7th graders. I can't remember at this point if we did it with 8th graders. But just kind of thinking of different ideas, things you're interested in, things that are cool. And it would be really nice for you to keep kind of a Google Doc of that kind of stuff as things pop into your mind. I have ideas all the time that just pop into my head. Then you're going to choose your one topic of focus, okay, and construct a driving question. I've talked to you guys a little bit about the question, and it's called a driving question because basically it drives all of your research. Here's where I'm going to think a little bit differently than some other people with this idea of a genius hour or a passion project. And that is that one of my favorite things about researching is that you come up with more questions. So it's kind of a trick, and I think we'll get better at it, but you start broad, but you don't want to be too broad. So I'll give you an example. So my passion project is about happiness. Okay, so that's a very broad topic. So far, I've only narrowed it down to basically what creates happiness or how does one become happy. And I'm looking at it because it's research. I'm looking at it as an opportunity to interview people. And I'm going to be interviewing some of you guys. I'm going to be uploading some surveys for you guys to answer for me. I have some tricks and stuff I'm going to have you trying out and let me know kind of if they have any effect and that kind of stuff. Okay. So my question might still be too broad, but I'm ready to dive in and see. And I'm okay with wherever it goes because this is our passion project. So we don't need to stress about it. We need to be excited about it. You're drafting a research proposal, but it sounds so proper when you say it like that. And it really is just basically you saying to me, hey, Mrs. S, here's what I'm looking at doing. What do you think? And I've already done that with quite a few of you. I would like it in writing just so that I can kind of keep track of it. But like I said, that does not mean that it won't change. And change is okay because it's whatever makes you feel passionate. Then you're going to do your research. Research is not necessarily just sitting on your rear end on the computer, although that's part of it. You definitely can do that. But it's like I said, doing surveys. You guys could use Padlet to ask a question and have people go in. Oh gosh, let's see. You guys could have conversations. There's a program called Edmodo, and we're going to learn more about that kind of stuff. But you could just go around and interview people also, and you can try out different things. Depending on what your driving question is. I know some of you were looking at things like how do I become like a makeup artist. I don't know how easy it would be to interview makeup artists, but maybe there's some in Bend, so that might be an opportunity there. As far as we talked about, creating a list of your sources, this document you're going to get kind of lays it out really particularly. I really just want you to be keeping track of all of the sites you go to because that is going to assure that you can look back and say where you got your information. You definitely don't want to be stealing anybody's information. You'll be looking back a lot where it says revisit your research. You'll be looking proposal. You'll be looking back at that a lot, that your driving question, because you want to, you'll be asking yourself, am I on track? Do I want to go a different direction? Is it too big? That kind of stuff. That should happen probably pretty naturally. And then you're going to create your final product to show what you learned. And that, my dear, 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 wonderful students, is completely open to you guys. You have the whole world at your fingertips where that's concerned. Hopefully, you'll find some new things, okay? Some really cool new tech that we can use. And then you'll be putting it on your online portfolio, which we will have and which we're doing on Thursday when Ms. Stockseth comes in to help us out. So I'm going to scroll through the rest of this pretty quickly because this just walks you through the different steps. Like I said, there's some wiggle room. And as we're here, I'd like to say thank you, Miss Nadia Williams, for posting this so that I could find it. I do like it a lot. I'm going to be tweaking it and kind of creating my own, but I will definitely be using some of your wonderful ideas and giving you credit for that. This, like I said, is just to keep you guys on track. You're absolutely, we'll talk about due dates, and you know when your passion project is due. That's on your calendar. Your proposal, here they have it kind of laid out. This is not, like I said, necessarily 100% the way things have to go. I just want to see a proposal that says what it is you're doing. This is something to help you, step 5, to research your driving question. And so it gives you some things to think about, okay? That hands-on experience to help you complete your research. I'm telling you, man, that's where it's at. That's the fun stuff. Your resources, here's where it lays it out a lot. So this talks about KidBlog. You're not going to be on KidBlog, but you are going to be on your Google site, and you will have a blog there, and you will be blogging every Wednesday after you do your work on your passion project, just to talk about what you learned and what you're excited about and that kind of stuff. Handwritten note cards, you can do either of those if you want. It works for me. I do like the way they have this organized as far as if you decide to do it on a note card. Use poetry they have here. It talks about your topic, where you found the information, paraphrased information you found, and then page. Sometimes you're not necessarily going to find something that you do a direct quote on, but you still need to keep track of the source of where you got the information. And then look, they have a little link. I'll post this up in Google Classroom too. Here's where it talks about if you want to change it. We're not going to be this formal with the first one, but if you want to change it, then you can come talk to me if you'd like. I'd like to kind of know where you are, so don't just change it and not let me know. But it doesn't have to be so major like this. And then final project, that's like the best part. That's the most fun. You get to pick whatever you want. Okay. Here's something that's great to follow as far as a rubric to give you a good idea. Biggest thing I want to point out is your use of class time. This passion project time is time for you to really feel passionate, excited about what you're exploring. And so I do expect you to be using your class time, and I will be looking at that really hard as far as it's not going to be a typical grading system on this. It's really just you doing what you need to do and then teaching us what you learned. But if you're not doing stuff in class, that's not going to work. There's just sharing, explaining, you're knowing why you're doing it. You put it on your online portfolio. And then I do like this too. It talks about, an explanation, because you are going to have your parents looking at your page too, and this kind of can walk them through it. Okay. And then there is a self-assessment, which I actually really like, because this isn't like your typical grading. And so I really like this rubric, and I really would like you guys to be looking at it and kind of grading yourself. All right. Groovy? So, of course, you always can talk to me about any of this that you need, and any questions you have. And let's see how this first recording worked out.